Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, Case 2, the case of the Tin Soldier. Got our 190 points. So, well, we have lots of info. We're definitely getting to the point where this murder has to do with info about the Polar Star, and where it is and who has it. Because both the General and now Pierre Matin is also dead. And we seem to be getting back to Russian people, so I don't know. Try the Russian embassy here. Detectives take a quick carriage ride to the embassy. Watson naps on the way while Holmes studies today's paper for clues.
Count Rostov, Watson.
Count Rostov, Holmes?
According to the woman at the embassy, he is the only Russian national who has arrived in London in the past few days.
But how will we find him?
He's staying at de Kaiser's Royal Hotel.
However did you deduce that, Holmes?
Elementary, my dear Watson. I asked.
How did you deduce that? I asked. Alright, good. Hotel. Here we go. The intrepid duo hail a carriage, endeavoring to find some leads at de Kaiser's Royal Hotel. The good doctor decides to sit this one out, however, and remains in the cab.
Are you from the police?
Were you expecting the police?
I was. My valet, Vladimir, reported to me that his interview with Pierre Matin was decidedly unproductive, as he was dead when Vladimir arrived.
I see. Tell me, why did he go to see Matin in the first place?
It was in reference to a certain valuable possession of mine that was stolen some years ago by Pierre's brother, André. I was in Paris, and I read in the London Times that General Armstead was to revise his very interesting book to include a chapter concerning that possession. Originally, I came here to visit him.
Then, how did you discover Matin's whereabouts?
Shall we say, someone made me aware that Matin was also in London, that he was the general source of information. But when the General Armstead was reported dead, I had no other alternative but to pay a call on Matin. So I sent Vladimir, an old man's legs, you understand, to speak with him.
Uh-huh. Okay, so they say that he was already dead when Vladimir came there. And I presume we can't really talk to Vladimir. We can send an irregular. We haven't done that at all in this case. Since Deckersees entertains foreign dignitaries, Watson decides, for some reason, that a visit from an irregular might be in order. Heard the name Count Rostov from the staff, didn't meet him myself. Ah, right. Okay, so what do we do now? I don't know if the London Library is of any use. Nah. Man. Well, I have no idea. Okay, but apparently Matin's brother stole the jewel. Matin's brother killed everyone? There's only a Pierre Matin. Yeah, I don't think we can get anything from there. Okay. Notebook. So valet Vladimir found the dead body of Pierre Matin. Well, that was a large Russian man who was fleeing the scene. Obviously. Yeah, okay, it's not Cabot, like, it's, you know. Well, we could try to go to this Dr. Ainsley and see if Fitch story matches up. Ainstree here, Dr. Ainstree. Whilst decides a visit to Dr. Ainstree might shed some light in the case, Holmes is not convinced.
We understand you were summoned to Lord Fitch's residence this morning.
Quite right.
I received the message at around 9 o'clock and arrived at their home by 10. Lord Fitch met me at the door.
Yeah, okay, so we basically double check his alibi, but, you know. So it's not Fitch, it's not Cabot. Martin is dead. I mean, it could still be Vladimir, but... Who was the French guy, though, who came to his door? Could have been Martin? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna get me some hints. Yeah, we've been there. Note his description of the visitor as well as the activity overheard from the study. Yeah. Swords. Okay, yeah, someone who knows how to handle a sword. It could be his friend, though. It could be Jean-Paul Girard. Although, no, the valet knew him. True. Someone who knows how to use a sword. Elderly French man. Could still... I mean, it could be Girard, but... Oh, but wait, didn't the valet say that they hadn't seen him for like 40 years? Yeah, what's this thing with the French girl and like the bit? Is that list a red herring? A yellowed letter. Yeah. It was yeah, exactly. It was addressed to Captain Armstead of the 12th Hussars. So it could be Jean-Paul Girard, or I mean, definitely someone who knew him in the military, who can use a sword. Elderly. Yeah, we've been at the French embassy. Jean-Paul Girard was there. Doesn't have to be him, but yeah. Secrets about General Armstead, his fiancée, and a French girl. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, they had this at a play at the Princess Theater. True. Can we go to a theater? Princess Theater? Waltz is absolutely giddy when Holmes agrees a trip to the theater would do them well. An operetta, perchance, may allow the mind to rest and strengthen our deductive reasonings.
Ah, but you must see Philippe perform. My nephew's an artist, a wonder. He manages to portray the Emperor Napoleon from age 19 until his last days on the island of Savarney. You would swear 5 different actors playing the part, but no. It is only Philippe, aging before your eyes. At 48, he's the toast of the continent.
You seem rather young to be the uncle of a 48-year-old man.
I am but 8 years older than Philippe, though I can assure you I am his uncle. You might say that our family has a history of late arrivals. Philippe's father was 25 years older than myself, and Philippe's poor sister was 15 years older than he.
Why do you say poor?
She died many years ago under tragic circumstances. In fact, her mother was so upset over her daughter's death that she was put into an asylum. We received word yesterday from the asylum that she had also passed away. It upset Philippe very much, resurrecting old ghosts, as you might say. But we have been playing for enthusiastic audiences for several weeks. As we say in the business, the show must go on.
It's him.
And
it's him.
Philippe is a trooper. He would never allow it to affect his performance.
Can you tell us where Philippe Arnaud is this morning? We should like very much to meet him.
Well, he is not here now. Our company is staying at the Grand Hotel. However, I believe today he is visiting the National Gallery. But if you would come back this evening, I will have tickets awaiting, and after the show, you're welcome to come backstage and meet him.
It's him. He's the brother of the French girl. Oh my god. Okay, so National Gallery, we can try. Aha. Oh, and maybe, cause they were there, and this Philippe, like, recognized him, or somehow, you know, heard about that he was there, and all the ghosts are resurrected, and then he went to kill him. But why would he kill Pierre Martin, though? Or who killed him? Maybe... I actually, it could be two different people. You know? It could actually be two different people. Vladimir could have killed... Oh, man. I don't know. I don't think he's at his house. Right now, he's at the National Gallery. We could try going there. Admirer of fine art, Holmes need not be asked twice by the good doctor to take a detour to the National Gallery. I could use some use for my inspiration, Detective surmises.
I can't believe we came all...
Okay, apparently not. Hotel. They stay at the Grand Hotel, all of them. Having stopped by Lestrade's on the way, the pair of detectives head over to the Grand Hotel to investigate further.
How fortunate that Inspector Lestrade authorized the hotel manager to allow us to search Philippe Arnaud's room.
Perhaps we can return the favor and solve a case for him someday. Today, for example. Let's look around.
How strange that a man who requires a cane would leave without it.
Perhaps he doesn't require it for walking.
Look here at the handle. Well, that could certainly give a fellow a start.
Precisely, Watson.
Yeah, it's him.
Here.
It's him.
It appears to be a letter.
Looks quite old. It's addressed to Captain Armstead, 12th Hussars. Shall I read it?
Please do.
Dearest, how I hated you for leaving me, but the child, our child, eased my heartache and muted the hate. Now my sweet baby is dead. How cruel that the innocent must suffer for the sins of others. Now I have nothing. Now I am nothing. I cannot bear the pain. Goodbye, I love you still, Fleurette. How tragic. Why, perhaps this is the very letter that the General read.
Good thinking, Watson.
So she wrote that letter long, long ago, but he never got it. And now, this Philippe Arnaud, he had it with him all the time and used it to get admittance. And he's an actor. And he had a sword. It's so him. Okay, but who killed Pierre Martin, though? Nah, I'm gonna go with that's the Russian dude. Yes. Yes, I'm gonna go with the Russian dude. Alright. So... Okay, I would like to go to the judge and check if we have enough info to go to the judge. They leave Baker Street hurried to the Queen's Court to present their case before the magistrate.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Yes, we do. Okay.
The Queen's Court now stands in order.
Okay, let's see if we can do this.
I see we have the pleasure of your company, Mr. Holmes. I understand you've been investigating the murder of General Farnsworth Armstead.
That's correct, my lord, and I believe I have solved the case.
Do you now? Well then, tell me, who murdered the General? A brilliantly logical deduction, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, my lord.
Now tell us, why was the General killed?
To get him out of the running for the Tontine prize money, to avenge the honor of a Norse sister, to prevent the publication of the revised edition of Treasures of the Conquerors because of his marriage of convenience to Mary Fitch. To avenge the honor of our Norse sister.
Now, tell me, gentlemen, what was the General trying to say when he turned round the figure of Napoleon?
He wasn't trying to say anything. The figure was turned accidentally during the struggle. Warlike murder is an exercise in futility. The sword that killed him was identical to the one Napoleon carried at Waterloo. His murderer was the actor who was portraying Napoleon, Philippe Arnaud.
Rather clever of the old boy, what?
Indubitably. A man who keeps his wits about him to the last has my undying admiration.
I was wondering, just for the record, could you tell us what the General used to call his wife?
Horse face. Miss my Fleurette, old money bags. Horse face. Rich Fitch. Rich Fitch.
Well, you've done an admirable job in resolving this mystery. I'd say you're on a par with just about any other armchair detective out there. I would suggest, however, that you rethink this case again, thereby improving your sleuthing skills.
But we did it, though. We did it.
We must be slipping, my dear Holmes. But in any event, I'm breathing easier. At least we got our men.
Oh, come on. It was better than last time. I talked with Mr. Holmes about the General Armstead affair. Poor bloke. As far as clue points go, here's how you did. You can listen to how Mr. Holmes did it, or try again and see if you can do better. Here's Holmes' solution.
You say you've come up with a solution, and yet you sit there calmly cleaning your meerschaum. Please, Holmes, tell me what you've uncovered.
Of course, Watson. It's quite simple, really. The most intriguing fact about this murder was the method. Mr. Sennett's report that he heard the distinct sound of swordplay struck me as most odd. It suggested an affair of honor. At General Armstead's home, my suspicions were confirmed. The old letter addressed to Captain Armstead, a rank he'd held some 40 years ago, suggested that it must have concerned something from the past. Something that was clearly upsetting to him. That was the reason for the duel.
But how can you be so sure there was a duel?
Simple reasoning, my dear Watson. The general had time to place his chair against the wall, climb upon it, and retrieve a saber. The murderer allowed him to arm himself. A duel is the only event that fits with the facts.
Are you sure the caller carried a sword? I thought all he had with him was a carpet bag and a cane.
Perhaps it only appeared to be a cane.
Ah, yes.
The intruder was described as an old man, yet he left the premises over an 8-foot wall. Clearly he was in disguise, and carried off the ruse with enough expertise to completely fool the general's manservant. The carpet bag must have been used as the receptacle of the disguise when it was no longer needed.
Positively clever of you, Holmes. But what made you think it was Arnaud?
Well, since we were looking for someone adept at the art of disguise, Gerard's mention of the actor Philippe Arnaud struck a chord. Also, Arnaud plays Napoleon. No small coincidence.
What are you getting at, Holmes?
When the general turned round at the figure of Napoleon, he was trying to tell us that his murderer was Napoleon. Or rather, the actor playing Napoleon, Philippe Arnaud.
So Arnaud killed the general to avenge his long-dead sister's honor. Ah, yeah. Unlike most of our cases, this motive was closer to the heart than to the pocketbook.
Quite so, Watson. When Arnaud's sister Fleurette was an impressionable young girl, she fell madly in love with the dashing English captain. When he left, she took her own life.
So pathetic.
Wait, there's more. Fleurette's grief-stricken mother went mad and was sent into an asylum. Thus, in the twinkling of an eye, little Philippe Arnaud, who was but a child himself, lost both his mother and his sister.
It's so sad. I'm sure he was too young to understand the circumstances that caused it.
Yes, but 4 decades later it all became clear when he found a letter written by his sister. It yielded an explanation and a name. Armstead. He came to London armed with that letter and a sword cane.
But he was here for several weeks before he did the deed.
Yes, and he might not have done it at all had it not been for the news of his mother's death. That was the final blow. He went straight away to the general's home to take his revenge. Voila.
Positively brilliant, Holmes. How do you do it?
With his pipe cleaner, of course.
Awesome. Alright, that was Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective Case 2, the case of the Tin Soldier. I did it a little better this time. I mean, not good, but better. Yeah, so thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. And we still have Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective Case 3 left to play, so that's what we're going to do after this. So, you know, keep your eyes peeled for that. Until then, take care and bye!